Well, down here in the pit lane, guys, before the KZ2s head out on circuit, we've got a minute or so. Just want to talk about tyres a little bit, how they're looking. Unfortunately for these guys, they've not been able to go for the wet tyres. The track has dried up. Obviously, we're looking at the number 2 here of James Glenister, who had the issues earlier on. James, I just want to have a little chat with you, actually. What happened to the car earlier on?
I won the last race, or this is, last race, bent the axle coming out of the corner here, so yeah, pulled over straight away. And then I think in the heat 2, I had a seizure up the top there, so...
So crucially though, so you've had issues in the heats, but crucially your tyres are probably in the best nick out there, despite the fact they're covered in grass. You're looking good in this final. Yeah,
if I can get through the pack safely and don't get any nose cones or anything, it should be embarrassingly easy. I've probably got a good 6 or 7 tenth advantage per lap. The other guy's just pretty much down on canvas.
Mate, best of luck, safe drive. We'll see you at the end of the race. Like you say, yeah, it could all go his way. We've got about 20 seconds left before they head off, but look at the tyres at the moment. As you can see just down here, you can't even see the dots anymore. There's supposed to be a dot there, you can't even see it. It's gone. They're going to be down on the canvas at the end of this race. Finals coming up, boys. Back over to you.
Thank you very much. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to say this. Thank goodness for Anthony Jordan. He's told us James Glenister has got grass, but he's got better tyres than everybody else. Here's your grid. Morgan Porter and Ryan Green on row 1. Derek Morgan and Sam Ward on row 2. Dan McEwen and Hannah Lang on row 3.
Then row 4 is Nat Thomas and Miles Murphy. Row 5 and rounding out the top 10 are Charlie Turner and Tom Adams. They're followed by Lee Ward and Josh Price.
Row number 7, Charlie Cole and James Glenister. Joe Charlton and championship leader Ella Stevens start on row number 8. So, James Glenister didn't finish the pre-final, bent his axle. Didn't finish the second heat, had an engine seizure. So his tyres are as fresh as a daisy. The problem he's got is 13 other very talented drivers and an extremely treacherous, narrow 1100 metre circuit to try and make 13 passes in 12 minutes plus a lap without getting a nose cone penalty. And of course, you just never know, with sun now shining, you never know what will happen in this, the Wera Tools Motorsport UK British Kart Championship. We hope you've enjoyed the extra person that we've had here. We've had 2 in the commentary box, 1 in the pit lane. In the comment section, please keep the comments coming in whether you like this style of coverage, having an extra voice, a set of eyes down in the pits that we can go back and forth to dodgy tattoo comments notwithstanding. But certainly, if it wasn't for Anthony Jordan being down in the pits, John Ratcliffe and I would be none the wiser about just how much better James Glenister tyres is. But more importantly, we wouldn't know about James Glenister's mindset. He's just told us how confident he is. He said it should be embarrassingly easy to get through the pack. That tells me that driver is riding a wave of confidence that we wouldn't know unless we had someone down there in the pits to talk to. John Ratcliffe, take it away, sir.
Oh my goodness, he's got bucket loads of confidence. We're still emptying the buckets of water around here that have gotten filled up over the day. But yeah, you need that confidence coming from the back of the grid on a race like a KZ2 final. This should be very interesting. As we say, Morgan Porter and Ryan Green there on the front row. But who is going to get a good getaway? They look at the lights. They wait for them to go green. Who is going to take us away here? The engine notes rise, and they go. Great start from the second row for the 63, already trying to get into second place. And Sam Ward contact, and round goes another driver.
Glenister's gone round. Glenister and Murphy is round. Glenister, but he catches it. James Glenister catches it. Has he damaged his nose cone? Porter leads. Green second. Ward third. Into Spoon we go on lap number 1. And that looks like the number 3 is up there. So is McEwen. Hannah Lang in 7th position. And where is Glenister? Oh, Glenister with what looks to be a puncture. You can have all the rubber in the world, but if the tyre's flat, it's flat. Game over. Game changed up at the front, as we've now got those drivers who are literally down to canvas battling. And here goes Ryan Green, privateer driver Ryan Green on the Danielo Rossi chassis, takes the lead. And Sam Ward couldn't do the Sunday at Kimbolton because his mechanic accidentally took his tyres out of Park Ferme. He could only race on the wet tyres at Kimbolton. It was dry. So Sam Ward's championship starts today effectively, and he's on course for third place. Green runs wide. Here comes the Moore Racing number 4 of Morgan Porter and Ward looking up the inside for second.
Oh, it was an amazing move initially from Ryan Green to take that place at the final corner with how slippery it is, but then he found out himself how slippery it is there through the middle section of the circuit, just getting it wide on the damp patch, and you could see him fighting with his steering wheel, trying to keep traction, but not quite able to do so, and Morgan Porter retakes the lead, did have the fastest lap of the race. That now goes the way of Joe Charlton in 8th place, a 42.81. Drivers getting consistently quicker every lap.
We forgot about Joe Charlton because Joe Charlton also hasn't finished all the races this weekend. Charlton retired very early in the pre-final, as did Ella Stevens. So Charlton up 7 places to 8th. Stevens up 5 places to P11. Miles Murphy, the red mist has descended upon the Demon Tweak sponsored driver. While he's driving with the devil at the moment, he's just set a new fastest lap. 42.63 seconds. He's 10 seconds though behind everybody else.
I thought you were just calling him a demon there.
Well, he's driving like a demon. Yeah, he is indeed. Here comes Joe Charlton, the privateer energy core chassis on the grass at 90 miles an hour. Charlie Turner squeezing Joe Charlton. Wow, Joe Charlton, that would have been, well, talking about Code Brown moments, indeed, that Joe Charlton there, and you can see he's got, now he gets the his residual moisture off his tyres. It goes back at Charlie Turner. I think that he'll be putting a forceful move on Mr. Turner very, very shortly. There he goes.
You go. Yeah, I was scared for that one, and I'm sat on a nice comfy sofa in the commentary booth. I wasn't 2 centimetres off the ground going 90 miles an hour. My goodness, around 91, and the Lang goes round. A little bit of contact on the inside, and now gets stuck on the grass.
And those KZ2 carts, she's beached, and that is out of the race for Hannah Lang, sadly. Here we go, Porter and Ryan Green. Green retired from the opening heat race on Saturday, so his tyres are in too bad shape. Ward there in 3rd. 4th is number 75 Jade Racing driver. Oh no, Turner, defending and reigning champion Charlie Turner, out of the race with a flat tyre. He's looking at the cart there, flat tyre. They said
a number of those this afternoon, haven't
well, we said they were down the canvas.
Yeah, true.
Maybe. Oh, he's lifting up. He's having a little look. No, he's just getting the car out of the way. Battle on the lead. They're dropping like flies. Porter, Green, Ward, McHugh in the top 4. Delboy, Derek Morgan in 5th. Joe Charlton up to 6th. Then it's Nat Thomas, Ella Stevens. Started 16th, now runs 8th. Adams is 9th. Ward 10th. Cole, Price, Murphy, your remaining runners.
Yep, Joe Charlton and Ella Stevens, your biggest movers, up 9 for Joe, up 8 for Ella.
Nat Thomas, 5-second penalty. Anthony Jordan, give us your information down in the pit lane. What have you got for us, DJ?
Yeah, Henry, we're talking about canvases here and tyres. Like you say, it's going to be a nail-biting end to this race because a lot of these drivers have run these slicks all the way through the weekend. We could have several punctures in this race. It still could go Charlton's way. Like you were saying, he didn't finish a race earlier on. He might have an advantage here. But yeah, this is going to be a dramatic end to the weekend.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, Ryan Green, he thought rubber or no rubber, I'm just going to go for it. Morgan Porter, he's been chilled out. How much has he been able to conserve his rubber? There's Joe Charlton on that Energy Core chassis. I spoke to him yesterday, and I got to say, up close, that Energy Core chassis looks beautiful. And he said, it's nearly as quick, as good as it looks, if you know what I mean. It looks great. It's nearly going great. Nearly. Have they got it going great right now? Porter under pressure. Green and Ward closing in. Morgan Porter, has he got anything left? There's Hannah Lang's cart off there. Ella Stevens now goes faster at 41.59 for Ella Stevens.
That is ridiculous.
She's closing in on Nat Thomas, who's got a 5-second penalty. So Ella now into P7.
That's ridiculous pace from Ella Stevens. Definitely one to watch there as she comes through the pack. But did you see that massive snap through the first corner for Ryan Green? Just got off on the wet stuff on the outside. Big snap of oversteer. Somehow managed to hold on to it and is still there in P2. Still hounding Morgan Porter. But of course, he can't only focus ahead because if he goes off line ever so slightly once again, makes a bit of a mistake, Sam Ward is right there to pick up the pieces. But once again, Ella Stevens are watching 5.5 seconds off the lead. Now Joe Charlton retakes that fastest lap of the race. He had about 4 seconds to the leaders only half a lap ago. That's now dropping near to 3 seconds.
Anthony Jordan down the pit lane. What have you got for us? More information?
Yeah, Henry, these tyres are just not going the way these drivers want. We've got Josh Price in the pit lane. We've got Charlie Turner in the pit lane. both the tyres, they've just delaminated, they've failed out on circuit. We obviously know the reason why Glennis is in the pit lane. He's at a full puncture, but you can see it on this rear here. Look, completely flat. The tyre has given way. It's not working here. Guys, this is going to be nail-biting. Who's going to win it?
Morgan Porter's got one hand. 90 miles an hour, uphill now, staying in 6th, down to 3rd for Spoon, and 2nd, they're going to grab 2nd, now up to gears, 3rd gear, 4th gear, down the hill, here comes Ryan Green, Sam Moore sitting and waiting, 20 gear changes per lap. Don't forget they're driving one-handed for 50% of the lap, and they're worried about their tyres about to explode. Incredible drama.
As if we didn't think there was enough to think about when driving a KZ2 kart. Now got to think about your tyres possibly completely delaminating suddenly on a turn into a corner. But Morgan Porter's got enough to think about anyway. He's got Ryan Green right behind him, and Ryan Green goes for it into the first corner. Late move to the inside, he takes the lead, and the 63 of Sam Ward follows him through as they head up towards Spoon. That drops Morgan Porter down to P3. We've still got just less than 5 minutes to go.
Ryan Green raced in the British Championship before its current incarnation in other classes like KGP and things like that. He's been out of the British Championship for a long time. He's always run on that DR kart, the Danilo Rossi chassis. He's always run as a privateer, and now is his chance to shine. Sam Ward right behind him. We had Gareth Haynes in TKM Extreme. You get your 15 minutes of fame. Ryan Green, you might never get a better chance to stand on top of the British Championship podium. Porter's tyres have gone. For Morgan Porter, he's now got to nurse it home, and here comes Joe Charlton.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Joe Charlton's getting faster and faster and faster. That gap has dropped from over 3 seconds to now 1.5 seconds off your leader, Ryan Green. Still 4 minutes left to go as we look back to another battle here going up the back straight. This is the 10 of Derek Morgan leading Ella Stevens. Ella Stevens, oh, that was a big slide through the right-hander. She isn't able to force the door open there at Spoon, but she's itching to get past that number 10 of Derek Morgan.
Down through the carousel, the right chassis of Derek Morgan, the Jade kart entry of Ella Stevens and her teammate Nat Thomas, who has a 5-second penalty. It's 6th, 7th and 8th on the road. Tom Adams is 9th, Murphy is 10th, Ward and Cole are the remaining runners.
Joe Charlton's just overtaken Morgan Porter for 3rd place, now 1.5 seconds off the leader's races. There we see Ella Stevens gets that position out of the first corner. Impressively done from Ella Stevens, and takes that position, takes 6th place, but Joe Charlton continues to press on near the front. There's a whole second now between Ryan Green and Sam Ward, but Joe Charlton's closing in.
Morgan Porter is lapping the mid-42s. The race leader is the mid-41s. Porter now losing a second a lap. Morgan, who's had great reliability. The key has been, if you've had great reliability through the heats, the pre-final, your final is going south. If you've had misfortune in the heats, the pre-final, now things are coming good. Championship positions, Ella Stevens leads on 3.56 from Tom Adams on 3.49, Porter on 3.44, Morgan on 3.43 in a tie with Charlie Turner. Ryan Green is about to move into the 10th and 9th position, and here comes Joe Charlton, your 2020 British champion, through the through compression corner, chasing down Sam Ward for 2nd position. 2 minutes to go, John. If he gets past Ward, he's going to be hunting down Ryan Green. But he's got to get past Ward.
He has got to get past, yeah. Ward just holding that sort of central line through the final corner there, just making sure that Joe couldn't go for the move, dive it down the inside and force them both out wide. So holds on to that 2nd place for now. And this little bit of defending from Sam Ward is ultimately helping out Ryan Green, because if Joe Charlton's able to get past, then it's just going to be a longer period of time between himself and Ryan Green in the lead. That gap nearly 2 seconds now, as we've only got 1.5 minutes of the race left to go. This is going to prove difficult for the 51 of Joe Charlton if he can't get past Sam Ward in the next few corners.
The left rear tyres are the ones that are getting the most abuse here, because it's a right-hander at turn number 1, so the left rear is the tyre under the most load. Here we go. Through turn number 1 here, your left rear is under the most load. Through turn 2, at the end of the fastest straight, your left rear is getting worked over and above here. And so the problem is, though, if a tyre is going to delaminate, it's going to delaminate at one of the fastest points of the circuit. You've got to hold your breath. Morgan Porter has dropped to fifth and he's lapping in the 42.8, so he is now crawling home. He just wants to finish. Morgan Porter coming up to lap Charlie Cole by the looks of it. There goes Charlie Cole, goes a lap down. Here comes Joe Charlton, elbowing his way through into P2. 48 seconds to go. Ryan Green is about to experience the longest 2 laps of his entire karting career.
He certainly is, yeah. Joe Charlton had to be elbows out there. He needed to get through, but that time he spent behind Sam Ward has lost him over a second and a half. When he caught up to the back of Sam Ward, there was only a second gap to the leader. That is now 2.5 seconds as we are on, I believe, the penultimate lap of the race. Just over 20 seconds to go now as they head through the carousel.
These KZ2s are going to get down the hill very, very quickly.
Be close.
Watch the clock on the top left-hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at Joe Charlton's nose cone. There have been a couple of incidents. Has that nose cone dropped? In which case, well, we'll have to see. It's all about the bracket. Ryan Green crosses the line, with 2 seconds to go. He's now got 2 more laps. If he had slowed down just a little bit, he would only have 1 more lap. But he's got 2. He's got Charlton. Last time around, well, I've got to say, lap times were equal. Green, 41.56. Charlton, 41.58. Ward runs 3rd. Dan McEwen is 4th. Porter down to 5th. Ella Stevens runs 6th. Then it's Nat Thomas, Derek Morgan, Tom Adams, Miles Murphy after spinning, and there is the number 80 car of Lee Ward, privateer driver from Ireland, getting out of the way as he tries to nurse that number 80 entry home. We've got 10 cars left in the league lap. Now Ryan Green starts his final lap.
Interestingly, that even the drivers that had a bit more tyre life left in them at the start of this race, even starting to feel the tyre wear now as we get to the end of this one. No one getting close to those fastest laps set earlier on in this race. But here we look to Ryan Green, was really assisted by Sam Ward there. I think Sam Ward deserves a pint bought by Ryan Green after this one, because he held up Joe Charlton for quite some time, gave him that gap at the front, and Ryan Green looks good to take this win.
Well, they come down the hill. It has been a day of unspeakable drama, and it ends with a privateer on the top step of the podium. Ryan Green joins the Winners' Club here at Motorsport UK Wera Tools British Kart Championship in the most dramatic, nail-biting fashion you can imagine. Joe Charlton second on the road. If Joe Charlton, however, does get a drop-down nose cone penalty of 5 seconds, he would still finish 3rd. Sam Ward, 3rd on the road. He was out of this championship at Kimbolton. He's now right back in it. Dan McEwen for the Jade Racing team in 4th. Morgan Porter, he's still 3rd of the championship, but he salvages 5th position on tyres that I would love to see the look of Morgan Porter's tyres, because they are going to be the most spent out of everyone. Ella Stevens, 10 places gained. She finishes 6th and hangs on to the points lead by 8 over Tom Adams. Then you've got Nat Thomas, Derek Morgan, Miles Murphy, Tom Adams, Lee Ward, Josh Price and Charlie Turner.
Nat Thomas, of course, has that 5-second penalty, though. That's going to drop him behind Derek Morgan.
Yes, it will.
So a little bit of change at the end there, but once again, what a race.
What an absolute race. And of course...
What a day.
What a day. but the coverage have been enhanced. We've had Anthony Jordan has been giving us up to the second information. Again, I'll say it once again, and you can clip this one, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not going to say it again. Thank goodness for Anthony Jordan. There we go. I've said it. Won't say it again. You can clip it. Don't tell him.
He's going to put that in his show reel.
Don't tell him I said that. What a day. What a day. What a venue. What a track. You know,
what weather?
What weather? You know, people are saying, oh, but do you know what? It's abrasive. Yes, it's undulating abreast. Anthony Jordan, down to you in the pits now for the final time today. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, a very dramatic race at the end of that one. But, well, our man who wins with this one, well, Ryan, come and stand over here for us.
Yeah.
That was a, masterclass in kart control and tyre management and everything out there. You come away, you join the winner's circle in the British Kart Championships in KZ2. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm over the moon. We made a few changes to the kart and it worked perfectly. We managed to look after the tyres. We managed to keep them at the right temperatures. but the chassis has been fantastic. The 2023 kart we got responds to everything, you know. Yeah, couldn't be more overjoyed. What a result. Tough race, good opposition, always is in KZ.
Yeah, mate, I mean, the conditions were always a challenge out there. How were the tyres at the end? I think they were okay for you. You managed to manage them all the way throughout.
To be honest, I haven't bothered having a look. I'm just focused on my job. Yeah. To be honest, the conditions were tricky. We're about a second a lap slower than we were yesterday. It's still wet on the inside of a lot of the corners. So yeah, I mean, I was trying to drive a little bit conservative. Obviously, I think Morgan got back past me somewhere at the beginning because I was trying to find a dry line around there. So it's a balance between a dry line and not leaving the door open, you know, or sorry, a wet line and not leaving the door open. So as soon as I got my head down, put a few clear laps in, then I knew I'd probably pull away.
Well, congratulations. P1 joined the podium later on today. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Mate, well done to Ryan Green out there. Let's chat to Charlton, who finishes second on track, but I believe gets a nose cone penalty, so will finish third on circuit. Joe, what a race all the way throughout, though. Your tyres also were slightly better than I think the rest because you had a retirement earlier on in the weekend, but yes. Mate, how was that race for you?
Well, like you say, the tyre advantage was big, so it was kind of trying to stay out of trouble, but I got a nose on the first corner, so it was kind of like, you know, knowing that I needed to get 5 seconds in front of everyone. So yeah, it was a bit unfair with the tyre advantage, but, you know, like say, I'd have had 2 crashes this weekend, you know, so starting last and coming through is good result for the rest of the weekend. It was awful, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, mate, solid result still. You come away with the podium still, you got away with it, but congratulations. Anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd just like to thank Andy and Sue. Cheers, mate. I'd like to thank Andy and Sue Fairless for the engines, Ian Thompson for the energy carts, and Mick from Energy. And then, you know, Ravi, Levi, my mechanic today, Fraser, who's come and helped me out. Yeah, just thanks everyone. Cheers.
Cheers, Joe. Well done. We'll see you on the podium later on. P3 at the end of that one, which means we promote a driver into P number 2. Well, what a drive. Congratulations. I mean, what can we say about that, Sam? I mean, what a drive that was.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. The whole weekend we didn't get out until the 5th practice on Friday with issues. Van broke down Friday morning. Just an horrendous start to the weekend. But yeah, it worked on the kart. Danny's been really helpful getting the kart where we need it to be. You know, obviously Rushy in with Rush Performance, they've been brilliant. Engine's been absolutely faultless all weekend. And yeah, I've got to say thank you to my dad as well for keeping work going in the background. But yeah, no, really good weekend. Chuffed with that.
Well, a P2 certainly puts a smile on the face, brings back all the good memories of racing.
P3, I just found out.
Yes, yeah, Joe got Joe got the nose cone, so yeah, you get promoted up into P2 now. So yeah, you.
After the first round, we need that. So yeah, it's good to be back in it.
Exactly. Well, next round's coming up fairly soon. Are you looking forward to it as well?
Yeah, can't wait. On a holiday tomorrow morning, and back ready for the next one.
Where are you off to?
Cyprus.
Nice,
yeah,
nice choice.
10 o'clock flight, so yeah, all good.
All good, mate. Well, enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the podium later on today. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, Sam Ward there.
Our final podium presentation of the day here at glan-y-gors is for KZ2, another race that will go down in the history of the British Championship as one of the most exciting, tense and dramatic finals. In third position, our 2020 champion is a privateer now, Joe Charlton. Now, Joe won the British title on a CRG. I think this is his first podium of the season on an energy course. Maybe he was on an energy as well, but Joe Charlton, a first podium in some time. It was on an energy. Shows what I know. There we go. But congratulations, Joe. Second in today's final was a driver who thought his championship was over at the opening round at Kimbolton. He is now well and truly back in the thick of contention with his best career result in KZ2. For Rush Performance, it's Sam Ward. Well done, well done.
Cheers, Henry. Nice intro.
I do my best. But our winner, we have lots of privateer winners, but sometimes we get a winner who tries for years and years and years. They persevere, same combination, same chassis, and every once in a while it is their time to shine. Our next driver has been part of the British Championship in various guises for nearly a decade. They have always run the Danilo Rossi kart. They're the importer. They're the only team on the kart. A real lad and dad operation. And stepping on to the top step of a British Championship podium for the first time, it's Ryan Green, and his winning mechanic is Dad Richard. I think it's fair to say that Ryan and Richard, they tired their opposition out in the final. It's been a long time coming, and this is your KZ2 Championship podium for glan-y-gors. And the crowd go wild. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a safe drive home. See you next time. Yeah. Team photo for this is going to be... Well done, mate. Well done.